Welcome to the Get the B.A.G podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Evans. And on today's show, I have Miss Gloria Turner, yes, of
Hello.
Glow's Glam Closet.
Hey, hey, hey.
So, Miss Glow, tell me about your businesses. Because I know you're a serial entrepreneur. You do big things.
Yes. Well, during the pandemic, it was extremely important for me to stay busy because when you're in the house all the
Mm-hmm.
time, you kind of lose your mind. It's like, what am I going to do? I started spring cleaning and I
Yes.
realized I had a lot of clothes just hanging
Mm-hmm.
around.
Mm-hmm.
I do volunteering, I've done pageantry, I do a lot of appearances, and a lot of the clothes just kind of stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought to myself, why not put them on social media and see if I can get a little coin to clear
Yes.
some of it out? And that birthed Glow's Glam Closet.
Yes. So, we also call Gloria Miss Glow uh, Coins Combs.
That's right.
Because she is definitely about her coins, right?
Yes.
That is we so many women we have so many clothes that stick around forever and ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awesome that you thought that hey, I can make some money off of this stuff, right?
Yes.
How often do we allow other people or other organizations to make money off of the clothes that we have, right? We'll go to Plato's Closet somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
they're taking percentages off your clothes. You said, I'm gonna skip the middleman, right?
That's right.
That is absolutely awesome. So tell us about the clothing that you have and why you have those specific types of clothing.
Yes. So I like to cater to the plus size community.
Yes.
I consider myself a plus size fashion and beauty enthusiast. And I think it's so important that just because you are curvy or thick, you should be able to wear things that look cute to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I cater to the body type that looks amazing in clothes, not just because she's plus size, but because she's a beautiful woman,
Yeah.
period. And so part of the things that I carry are sizes 12 up to size 32
Mm-hmm.
and even bigger sizes if I can find them. I noticed that there is a big deficiency in the plus size fashion industry because there's only so many vendors that you can go through, and a lot of those sizes end at size 20.
Yeah.
And so I get emails and DMs all the time, hey, I love what you're wearing, but do you ever have my size? And I feel
Mm-hmm.
so bad because finding vendors for larger sizes has been a huge issue. But I do my best to try to find trendy sundresses, peplums, because they can hide what you don't want people to see. Amen
Yes.
and amen again.
Mm-hmm.
And I do accessories, and I am branching off into hair. I do consignment for people who do want to sell their clothes, and I also do personal shopping as well.
Awesome. So I know that you recently did some things. You've been on some billboards and a few other things concerning plus size fashion. So tell us about that.
Yes. So, SU Models put on a modeling contest that you would submit a few photos just for fun. I said, you know what? I was always told that I would never be a model. I would never fit that quote unquote beauty standard. And I challenged myself that, you know what, at the end of the day, if I don't win it, I have nothing to lose, but I have everything to gain if I just try. And so I got an email back that said, hey, at the end of July, we would love for you to join us to be featured in Times Square on a
Yes.
billboard. And so I'm still in shock about that because it's like, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who may see your face. And someone may give you a call and say, hey, I have this product that I think your face would be great to be put on here. Do you want to do some dealings? And yes, I do want to do some dealings. So influencing is a huge marketable opportunity for you to really showcase your business, your talents, and your abilities.
Absolutely. Miss Glow does her dealings all the time. And so in getting that coin, what have you found to be the most lucrative part of your business?
Ooh, so I would say here recently, the personal shopping and the consignment has been the most lucrative because one, I'm not putting anything out. If I don't sell it, hey, I don't lose anything. It motivates me to sell the items because that's how I get paid. A lot of people have witnessed that on social media, and I have been getting calls and messages, so many that I can't really keep up with just yet, which is a
You
great
need
problem.
staff.
Well, maybe. So I'm trying to get that bag.
Yeah.
But the consignment has really been booming here lately. personal shopping, there are many times I tell people, you are your own walking advertisement. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of money to put into marketing. Whatever product that you sell, if you can wear and be your canvas, your billboard, do that. And so what I try to do is I go out wearing what I wear and hoping that someone will say that, you know, you look really nice in that. Where'd you get that from? Well, actually, Glow's Glam Closet, you can come on shop with us.
And give me your coin.
Oh, yes, and give me your coin. But it's really nice because helping someone find that perfect outfit to make them feel beautiful and for them to feel like, wow, I never thought I could wear something like this. I had a client one time who has never worn shorts because she said, you know, my thighs are just so big. I just don't feel comfortable and they ride up. So I did some extensive research to find some really nice, like 5X, really cute shorts. And we got them for her and she's never looked back. She wears shorts all the time.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I would say the personal shopping has been really booming here lately.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to contract Miss Glow
Well,
for my personal shopping for the podcast.
oh, yes.
Season 2. Yes. So tell me about how you've been balancing all that, because I know that you are a mom. I know that you have some philanthropic involvements. And tell us about that, your philanthropic involvements, all you do for the community and stuff like that, and balancing being a wife and a mother.
Yes. So it's definitely not an easy thing to balance, but I made a conscious decision back in 2016 that I wanted to start living instead of just existing. And so I prioritize what's most important and what needs to be done right now. I have an excellent planner. For those people who still write down their things, I know we live in a world of innovation and technology, but sometimes when it's just right there in the fold in your nice, beautiful little planner, that helps me to stay very balanced. I'm very active in my kids' lives in terms of the extracurricular activities that they do, because when I was growing up, it wasn't always so much support. And what I'm realizing that kids will get distracted so easily, and if you're not giving them your attention, somebody else will or something else will. And so prioritizing and using a planner has been essential. As far as all of the community service and the giving back, I make sure that if I can do it, I can do it, and if I can't, I can't. I had to learn how to say no and protect my mental health in the process, because being gone every single weekend and that's the only time that I have with my kids, then I'm denying them the opportunity to be, you know, as inclusive as I can. And so date nights are important. Whenever we can get those, I try to make that a priority as well. But you do have to have a sense of balancing your life where you're not just sitting around, because one of my more seasoned mentors told me, if you're not busy living, you're busy dying. And that resonated with me, because I thought to myself, for so many years prior to 2016, I wasn't doing as much as I should be doing. You know, I would go to work, I would go to school, and that was the extent of what I would do. And so I challenged myself to do a 5K one day, and I said, oh, that was just walking and talking, I can do this. And then I promised myself that once I got into a place where I wasn't so heavily dependent on government assistance, I wanted to be able to give back. And so I do that by teaching a 6-week class that focuses on core care development, employability skills, and just overall self skills. Yeah.
Come on now, Miss Glow.
And it's
Not
free.
only will she sell you clothes, but she will always get you together on your clothes and get you professional. Yes.
I try.
Yes. Awesome. Now, you haven't talked about it yet, but tell us about Alert. And what is Alert and what does that mean and what is it for?
Yes. So Alert was an initial idea that I had due to my experience as a non-traditional student. In 2013, I decided to go back to school to get my high school diploma. I didn't know opportunities existed like that. I thought once you didn't graduate traditionally, you could only get a GED. And so through the Excel Center, I was able to go back to school, get all the credits I needed, and graduate. And I said to myself, you know, I want to be that somebody that was for me, for someone else. Yeah. And so I would talk about it all the time that, you know, one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to get somebody's job. And you really do speak life into things. You speak things into existence. In less than a year, I was a life coach, and I'm in that profession now. That ignited a fuel that, I need to be doing more. And so I developed a nonprofit organization called Alert. Its acronym signifies Adult Learners Educated, Restored, and Transformed. And what I do is I connect non-traditional students or students who have aged out of a traditional school. I help to connect them to resources that make their educational opportunities more accessible. And so there are many institutions that have free adult education. I'm always going to be an advocate for the Excel Center, which is nationwide. We have quite a few centers here in Indiana, but it's really transformed my life and is continuing to change lives of other individuals each and every day.
So y'all heard it here, meat and potatoes, it is never too late, right?
That's right.
To go back and to get your education. And if Ms. Glow is any example to you, I mean, this woman went from, in 2013, not having her diploma to having honorary degrees, right?
That's
and
right.
And so she came in here and told us she had 2 honorary doctorates. So let's give Ms. Glow a hand on that. Yes, girl.
Thank you.
And so it is absolutely possible. So with that being said, if you had it to do all over again as an entrepreneur, what would you do differently?
I definitely would do more research. When you have a feeling inside that you want to do something so bad, it's nothing nobody can tell you, teach you, preach to you. You just go with it. And I wish I would have had more time to research, get more mentors who are doing things that I want to do, because protection in your business is something I never knew about. I never knew that it's important. Make sure you file your taxes. Make sure, you protect your name. Make sure you have copyrights and trademarks and things like that, because you could build a business to the highest level of potential. And if you don't protect it, somebody can come and sweep that right from under you. And I'm grateful for Dress for Success, who put on a really nice workshop talking about businesses and how to get started with the LLC and incorporations and things like that. And so just really reaching out to someone who was a business owner, kind of getting a feel for their tests and trials and things they went through to kind of help ease the process that I had. On the other hand, I'm grateful for the mistakes that I made, because mistakes are nothing more than just an opportunity to learn. Learn and perfect your craft and be a better person, be a better businesswoman. And so if I hadn't had certain setbacks, I'm not sure I would be where I am today. I don't even know if this would even still be in existence. So I'm grateful for my setbacks, but I'm also open to learning and trying to get advice from people who have been there and who have done it.
Awesome. So now if you had come to the Edna Martin free business training class,
Well,
you could have got all that. We teach a 6-week class
Ooh.
that encompasses your business plan, your marketing. We talk about trademarks and copyrights and LLCs and the difference between different types of businesses, sole proprietorships, S Corp, C Corp.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you guys don't have that mentor or somebody that you can learn from, we'll start here August 3rd with our free business training class. So make sure you join us for that.
Okay.
So there are multiple agencies around Indianapolis, not just us. If you have questions about starting your own business, make sure that you reach out to those organizations. We got Indie Black Chamber, we got the Indie Chamber. So many different places offer business training classes. So don't ever feel as though you're out there by yourself. Make sure that you reach out, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And get that information you need.
That's right.
Because it is there for you. So I know that I definitely, during my time working with you, enjoyed working with you and all the things that you bring to the table. Can you help me and learning how you got started as an entrepreneur? Like what sparked that? Because I feel like you've always had that entrepreneurship spirit.
Well, I realized I needed more money. And so that is always a thriving motivation to try to do something different. And so Glow's Glam Closet came a little later after Alert, but it was something that just kind of got started and I didn't do anything with it. But money cannot be your only motivation to entrepreneurship.
Meat and potatoes, y'all.
Because if you go into anything thinking that, I'm just going to make $1 million. Most businesses go in the red, before they ever see anything the first few years. And especially if you don't have, you know, capital and learning about how to use business credit. There are so many different entities to working a business and so many things to learn, so many things that we don't just wake up learning, or a lot of people will mentor you. It's about speaking up and asking questions, being coachable, being teachable. Because if you have a mindset of, oh, I already do that, or yeah, I already tried that, and you're not willing to be open to receive that mentorship, you're going to always find yourself behind, not being where you want to be. And so I take my motivation is not just about money. I get a lot of fulfillment with Glow's Glam Closet, particularly getting those messages from someone that, hey, this outfit helped me win this competition, or I landed my new job from that blazer that I got from you, or even through Alert Foundation, I decided to go back to school after hearing your story and what you went through. And understanding it doesn't just start and stop with me. I come from 3 generations of single mother dropouts, and ending that gap and ending that generational curse to show my boys that you can never use the excuse to say, well, you didn't do it, I don't have to do it either. You gonna go to school. So that's just how that's gonna work. And I'm really grateful, and every day that I wake up with an opportunity to continue to still run a business, I'm grateful for that. And that helps to keep me motivated.
That's absolutely awesome. I learned a huge lesson from you when I was working there at the Excel Center. You had just started Glow's Glam Closet, was getting very serious about it. And it was so funny. You were talking about there was a moment where you forgot to ship something, right?
Yes.
Tell us that story, because I think that is so
gosh.
awesome, and so many entrepreneurs need to hear this, especially in our community, right? Because sometimes we can lack on the customer service.
Wow.
And I definitely think that needs to be highlighted. Can you share that story with us real quick?
Yes. So I was, very much new to the whole shipping aspect. And there was an order that was, it was packaged, it was ready to go. And somehow it got lost in my trunk. And I'm thinking, this is when I didn't have a system to track my tracking numbers. So I never knew, did this get mailed out? I think I mailed it out, and I could never show it. So if it got lost in the mail, the customer would just be like, well, you never sent it, because I had no way to prove that I did. And so this was a really nice blinged out mask. So ladies who like to stay fashionable, during the pandemic, she had a trip coming up and she bought this really nice mask. She hit me up and said, I never received my mask. Can you provide me a tracking number? Instantly, my heart is pounding, because I shipped it, but I don't have a tracking number. I don't know. So I had to break down, and I had to tell her, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't have a tracking number. I believe I mailed out your package, because at this time I didn't know that the package was in my car. So I graciously agreed to figure out a solution, and I asked her, I apologize, but please let me know what I can do to get your trust and to make this right for you. I just want my money back. That's it. That's all. Can't never support no black business. And I felt so bad, because I did not want to be that person that ends up in that space of, this is why I don't do business with black people. And what I did was I went ahead and immediately refunded her money. I ordered the item again, and I sent it to her just as a sense of good faith. I think it was maybe a month later, I found the package, and I let her know, even though I didn't need to, I went ahead and disclosed to her that, I apologize. I am in the early stages of my businesses, and I'm not perfect. I did something wrong, and I did find the package. It was underneath some things in my car, and I hope that in the future we can do business again and put this beside us. In the future, here's a 20% off. So she got like 3 times money back in that situation. But what happened was she appreciated the customer service so much that she later ordered some more items and referred me to friends of hers.
That's awesome. And so learning that customer service
Yes.
lesson, because it's easy for us as business owners to get frustrated. I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? But it also teaches us a lesson that sometimes we got to streamline our
Yes.
processes, right? And that's so
Yes.
important to make sure we stay on top of it. And it's okay to apologize,
Yes,
right?
it is. Absolutely.
And make it right. It's, because the more people you get to come back to you, the better.
That's
Right?
right.
Because we want the coin, right?
That's right.
And so making sure that we can get to the coin, sometimes people can be so just horrible, right?
Yes.
When something isn't right. But being able to rise above that, and that's what I admired about you, was that in that moment you were able to rise above that, right?
Yes.
I hope that she listens to this podcast, because in that moment you were immediately trying to figure out how to make it right.
Yes.
You asked for advice. You were like, should I do this? What should I do? How do I make this right? You went to people who you knew wouldn't sugarcoat it for you, right? And I love that about you.
Thank you.
And so being able to say, I made a mistake, making it right, and doing better the next time.
Yes.
As business owners, we've got to learn that cycle, right? To make things right for people when it doesn't always turn out right.
That's right.
And realizing that we make mistakes. We're human. It happens.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because the post office was making all kinds of mistakes, right?
Well, yes, they were.
We won't even start with that. But it is absolutely awesome to see you and your growth. Tell me what's next for Glow.
Well, part of that process, just to piggyback on the last thing, I learned a big lesson about the protection. And so I started using a service that would allow me to ship directly from my home and to keep those tracking numbers, and they receive them right when they order, to take that part out. For me, I think it's so important now, and I know we hear so much about protect your mental health, but how many of us really do that? And about, I want to say 6 months ago, I had got really, 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 really sick. So sick that I was off of work for 4 months. And I realized in that moment that never breaking to stop, I had to physically be reduced to my bed to stop and sit down and relax. And now I take out mindful minutes every single day. I try my best to try to do meditation every single day. And that has been so beneficial to just quiet my mind before my day gets going. I want to actually complete a bucket list of items.
I started.
Oh, yes, I have. And so the first thing is, I believe I entitled it Glow Goes For It, Bucket List Challenge. And because there are so many things that I didn't do in my younger years, I am trying to make up and reclaim my time in doing things. And a few of those things on that bucket list, I actually used my kids as a guinea pig. I wanted to try the world's hottest gummy bear. And I kind of chickened out, but I think I'm going to really do it. I want to get in a hot air balloon.
You can do it.
I think I can. We'll see. I want to go to an exotic petting zoo. I want to touch a snake. And there's just a few things, maybe eat at the world's most expensive restaurant, or put on the world's most expensive shoe if I can find someone that willing to indulge me. Just to look back, on my life and say, I left a mark. I want to leave a legacy when I leave this earth. I don't want to just be a number or a plot somewhere. I want to have some substance, some meaning to my existence here. Yes. And so part of that is challenging myself to do something different. I've taken a little break off of school, but I do plan to fully immerse myself in the Spanish language, because I want to be proficient so that I can offer more services to individuals as well.
Yes, that's awesome. Tell us where we can find Glow's Glam Closet.
Oh, yes. So you can find me on Instagram at GlamByGlow00, or you can find me on Facebook, Glow's Glam Closet by Gloria Marie LLC, or you can visit me on my website at www.glowsglamcloset.com.
Y'all heard it here first, okay? Go get Miss Glow. You need some outfits curated. Come find Miss Glow. I will definitely be over here to come find Miss Glow so I can give you some outfits for season 2, because that's coming up.
Okay.
So thank you so much for coming out today. You gave us a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
So as always,
yes,
get the bag.
Get to that bag.
The evolution of your small business starts today. Sign up for our partners Verizon's Small Business Digital Ready platform, a free service to you to advance your business. Check the link below and click on that, and it will take you right to our Verizon Wireless link.